Welcome to this new Flight Simulator update movie. Yesterday, a surprise update was released by Microsoft and Asobo. It includes both the nav data RAC cycle 2406 as well as additional airports which have been updated and approved by community submissions from the World Hub. Right, so for those who are unaware what the World Hub is, it's a special tool which is currently only available for, let's say, a small group of people, where you can really improve the airport and then submit those improvements so they can be included in the product. And as we can see, there are a lot of submissions, right? So both from the smaller airports, as you can see, but also to the larger airports, like for example, Charlton, Baltimore, Washington International, and the Flying Cloud, Linden, Chicago Midway International, and some smaller ones also, and then a lot in that, I would say, probably eastern part of Europe, Murmansk, Vaskova, Vologda, and if we scroll further down the list, then we will also find some other airports. Likely they're in India, right? Some of them are in India, 100%. Other ones, I'm not 100% sure where they are located. But this includes the list of updates which you will get when you install this update. Now, to install the update, it's really easy. Simply install Flight Simulator 2020, or start Flight Simulator 2020, I should say. And then you will get all these nice updates and you can enjoy the updated airports which are released as part of this nice update. I didn't count them, but it looks like, well, if there are, I would say, 30, 50 airports which have been updated, I would say it's likely around that. So pretty cool to see. So let's go ahead and let's install the update because we of course want to see how that goes. And to do that, we're going to simply start Flight Simulator, right, as already mentioned. And then Flight Simulator will likely prompt us, hey, there's an update and you can install it. That installation might take some time. It always depends, right, how busy the servers are. But I don't expect this update to be really huge unless there are a lot of updates for those airports. But let's see, right, it takes some time, so it's launching the game. That takes already longer as expected, but then we get the intro videos, and then of course it will check for updates. And if it checks for updates, right, you can say select, okay, hey, I want to install it. There's no way in most cases to cancel the update because those are mandatory updates. So let's see what happens. Let's see, it's really busy playing those start videos. And then of course they will be installed, and then you can also use for example PowerShell to figure out, okay, hey, what has been updated. So if you're familiar with PowerShell, right, it's really relatively easy to do, and also I will show it in a few minutes how to do that. So it's the intro videos, and then it will start checking for updates. Again, right, you only have to install that update. Likely you don't need to install the separate update via the marketplace because it's mandatory content. Here you can see it, right, standard content, roughly 600 megabytes. And then we can simply press update and then it will start downloading it. The download is only 328 megabytes. You can see that it's including the FS base nav and then several other generic airports, which are likely those airports which have been updated. So that's pretty nice to see. And then once it's installed, it will start Flight Simulator and then you're good to go. But let's wait for some time. Then I will pause the recording for a short while, right? Because starting Flight Simulator might take some time. Especially if you install new updates, it will take longer. And that has to do with all the, I would say likely the things which are happening under the hood, right? Updating the database, etc., which are being used. Maybe some compiling which happens under the hood. And that likely will take a few minutes before it has launched. Asobo says that it has improved, but from my experience, sometimes I see improvements, but in most cases, I think it still takes very long to start Flight Simulator. I hope that that will be really fixed in Flight Simulator 2024 because it sometimes takes you 5 minutes before Flight Simulator has started. So again, I will pause the recording now and then we'll continue with the recording after it has started. And we're back. And as you can see, it has been installed. The most frustrating thing is always that you need to change the option that it needs to be displayed in full screen. But hey, let's do that. And then once that, let's see if there are any updates from the marketplace. Although I don't expect it to be the case, because normally if that happens, you would see a 1 here. But let's check it. You can do that using the profile, right? In the profile, you can go to your content manager. And inside the content manager, you will see if there are updates. In this case, there are no updates available, so there's nothing to worry about. So I don't need to install it. For some reason, it says that I didn't install these ones, so that's pretty interesting. That's something which I need to figure out. And of course, if you are missing things, you can simply select them and install them. Now, for those who like to have PowerShell to be able to check what has been updated, I launched a window already. So what you need to do is you need to go, let me press this and then zoom in. You need to go to the Flight Simulator directory, which is in my case MSFS/official/one store. That's where the updates are being stored. And then you can run the get child where and then the datetime equals now and then equals the last write time dot date. And then if you press that, you can see the folders which are updated. So in this case, the AI traffic has been updated, the generic airport has been updated, as well as the nav has been updated. I would say the bottom two, which we already knew, right? But I would say the upper one, that one is, I would say, pretty interesting because we thought, okay, hey, there's nothing in the release notes. So why has AI been updated, the AI traffic? Well, that's also likely something which has changed. Now, if you want to see which individual files have been updated, you can add dash recurse. And normally it would show all the files which are there. In this case, it's still thinking about it. And that could take some time, right? So, and then you can see all those individual BLG files, which is, I would say, unreadable at this moment because it goes really fast. But these are the world updates, right? So these are the boundaries which are being updated. If we scroll further back, we can see that also the individual scenery files have been updated. Those are likely hard to figure out which part they are. Initially, I thought, okay, NA stands for North America, but I would say looking at the other files, I was starting to doubt again. So I'm not sure what the naming convention is, but you can see a lot of BGL files have been updated as part of that community update or that World Hub update, which has been also available as part of this package. So if you want to see the total number of items, right, you can also count it if you want. This is the traffic one. So let's see. The traffic one includes the aircraft types, the traffic aircraft, and the traffic boats. So it also looks like that they made some changes to that part. Although I'd say I didn't test it yet. But it's pretty interesting to see that besides the airports and the navigation update, also some changes have happened to the AI traffic. And here ends this video where we looked at the changes in that secret update which was released yesterday for Flight Simulator 2020, which includes both the nav update as well as the World Hub updates. And in addition to that, it also looks like they made some changes to the AI traffic. I hope you liked this video. If you liked it, then consider to use the like button. If you got questions or comments, then feel free to post them in the comment box below. And if you want to stay up to date about new videos I'm posting, then make sure that you're subscribing to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.